Cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody is losing. Faces merchant change, but your face remains the same. The swallows will be here by dawn. When we're finally sober, they'll be gone.
Hello, welcome. Roy has a squeaky toy, so beware of the squeaks if you have a dog. But yeah, sorry I'm late. I got off work like 45 minutes late, and I just took Roy outside as fast as possible. But yeah, I'm here. Hooray! And fall is upon us here. It's in the 60s. Hallelujah. Yeah, so while we wait for people to arrive, let me say hello to the chat. So, Jennifer Brown, numero uno. Nia dropping up. I'll be over shortly. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Barrett. Yeah. What are people working on? I have been in a reading binge instead of a writing binge for the last month and a half. So it's been nice. I'm on my 24th book to complete in the last month and a half. I have a few others that I started but haven't finished yet. But yeah, it's been great. Hello. Finishing up my workday because I ducked out for an hour for some reason. Mm-hmm. Very nice. Hey, Nia. You have enough time to let Lokia. Exactly. I had to run Roy outside really quick. Thank you. Thank you, Esther. Hello, JC. Hello, Desiree. Let's see. Hello, Cool Gamer. Hello, Billy. Welcome, welcome. I've never seen you before. But that is a song by 10 Towers. April Showers? Let me look real quick. Yes, I love 10 Towers. They are very soothing. And my camera is so glitchy right now. Come on, camera. Okay, let's see. It is open. Yeah. April Sky. Yeah, okay. It's by 10 Towers and it's called April Sky. Yes, Ben's book cover is awesome. Welcome back, Savion. Welcome back. Let's see. I was just wondering, is it really no payment required until you're 100% satisfied with your final product? Could be nice. Yeah, so the docket for tonight is to have people send in snippets, chunks, whatever you've got that you want help with the descriptions in. So whether it is like scene description, like description of setting, description of character, action, description of like impacts and stuff like that. Horror is my specialty, but I can do many things. I write both adult and middle grade. So my first project was YA, but it is permanently shelved. So broad spectrum. So if you have a snippet, you can email a Google Doc to me at authorlauranettles@gmail.com. So, oh no, come back. There it is. Yeah, so Nia will have a piece for tonight once she gets here. But aside from that, that's the only piece we have on the docket. So, free reign. So, does anybody have any questions or anything while we wait for snippets to show up? Make sure my email is open. Okay. Yeah. So, people don't know. Ben Pick had his book come out called, oh my gosh, my brain died. Is it Falling Through the Void? Oh my goodness. Falling Through, Into the Void, book 1. There it is. So, you might want to give that one a look. It is fantasy, so fun times. And then, okay, Hawkins, what are some tips for writing horror? So there's different types of horror. There's cosmic horror, the psychological horror, there's the creature feature, there's extreme splatterpunk. There's a wide variety of horror. But one thing that I find in the horror that I've been reading lately is that I really like, I don't know, like, okay, my favorite thing I've read lately is Uzumaki by Junji Ito. Oh, squeaky toy time, eh? And in Uzumaki, it's a horror manga that is superb. But it has vignettes of scary things that happen in the town, and then they all come together, and it just explodes from there. So I like Roy, give it to me. He's running away. So one thing that I like is the okay. So for horror, I really like the vignettes of horror, like something horrific happens here and here and here, and then it all comes together in the end. So yeah, that one is my favorite. So atmosphere, creepy atmosphere is a great way to add dread to a story. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean cobwebs. Roy? Yes. Oh, you want to play so badly. So badly. Oh, yeah, so this is his disaster zone, and this is him. Yeah, that's the puppy. That's the Mr. Squeaker. So yeah, disaster and things that may not seem connecting together is really cool. And Nia is here. Yay! You're welcome. Yay! Just wondering how I'm supposed to know which is the right verb, or if I don't know the best verb or descriptor, how long should I spend looking for the right verb or descriptor? Sir! So for me, I write a lot of flash fiction, and to do that, I have a timer. And so I will write my story within the timer. So whether it's 20 minutes or 40 minutes, so I have to think fast. And so it might not be the best verb in the first draft because I need to get it down before the timer runs out. But when I revise and go through and edit, I will sit there and think, what would make, usually for me, it's what would make this creepier? What would make it feel more menacing? Or this squeaky toy is going to be the death of me. Okay, so, I have a story that has shadows that move and drag children towards the cat that will eat them. And so the shadows, I wanted it to be like the children cannot escape. So instead of just grab, it shackles the children's ankles and drags them. So something that is more like not just concrete, but like, I don't know, like usually just get it down in the first draft and really mull it over in the second, third, fourth draft. Sometimes you may not think of it, and the beta reader or critique partner will think of it. Roy, oh my gosh. Oh, I missed it. Yeah. So don't spend too long on the first draft. Really do it in revision. If I'm not familiar with the verb or descriptor. So dictionaries and thesauruses are great, but definitely ask somebody if you're using the word right, who knows the word later on, just to verify that you're not using it in a strange way. Oh, you toad. Okay. Just ignore him. Because, yeah, it's a great way to improve your vocabulary and just broaden your horizons. Ha! He brought it to me. Thank you. It's hostage. Yeah. Anyways. Okay. Hello, Tiffany. Uzumaki's so good. I have become completely obsessed with Junji Ito. So in the past couple days, I have read these 3 by him in like the last 2 days. So Ramina is more cosmic horror with a planet that comes and the planet notices our existence, so that's fun. Liminal Zone is short stories, and Smashed is a bunch of short stories. But Uzumaki is the ultimate one of his work. I also have Tomie by him that I have not delved into yet. It is on my list. So, yeah. It's just so good. A noisy puppy. Yes, he is. I know. Oh, gosh. Look, he's trying to find the squeaky toy. Nice. I think it comes down to clarity. Okay. So yes, I received a draft version. I think I had 5 rounds of revisions I could work with, and they sent me the final version of the design, which included watermarks. For the cover. Then I paid the invoice, and they sent the full bundle without the Miblart watermarks. Nice. Yeah, I can resend the link. I'll send it to everybody. I got your doc, Nia, but it says I don't have permission.
Yes, finally.
I got your doc, Nia, but it says I don't have permission.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. All right, I think I'm good now. I'm like, why am I going to a blank backstage? I'm like, what is happening? I tried sending a thing. Okay, let me see if how do I do permissions? So it says share, it's private. I thought if I sent you the link, then it's not private anymore.
It says access denied. So
anyone with the link.
Yeah, that's what you want.
All right. I typed in the chat, I'm here, and then I'm like, why don't I see Laura? What is going on? I don't know what was going on with the link, but it was just like kept sending me to a nowhere zone.
So sad. Okay. Got it.
Yay.
All right. So,
all right. Guys, this is barely edited. I worked on this way back. It was the last thing I worked on when I told you guys I was changing things around, and then wedding stuff, and now today. So be kind if I don't know what it looks like. It's like it's a hot mess.
So this is Bloodbound?
Yes.
Okay. Sharing the right screen. So what we're gonna do, come back, StreamYard. I am going to read a sentence or two or three and then go through and work on them in little chunky chunks. But everybody in the comments, please shout out your ideas. It would be wonderful. So any suggestions, anything that you think would work differently, like better in a different way. So group effort. We can do this.
I'm here for all of it. Yes.
All right. I'm not. I can't comment.
All right. So where is? All right. So what do I need to do? Is it letting you have access to it?
Comment and edit. Yeah. So when you shared, it was as a viewer only.
All right. Huh. Where's comment and edit?
So I'll show you how I do it on mine.
All right, let me watch you. I'm going to move this over here so that I can see both of them.
Not that one.
There we go. Can you guys tell I don't use Google Docs?
share screen. Chrome tab. So I do share. Can you see the pop-up?
Yep.
Anyone with a link is an editor.
Gotcha. All right, so share. Anyone with a link is the editor. Yes. Okay.
Refresh page. Yay, it worked. Okay. Let me share the screen again. Okay. Here we go. Chapter 1. So, to start with, what genre and what age group is this for?
It is new adult, so which doesn't really exist, so I'm going to call it adult. The protagonist is about 23, 22, 23.
And what genre?
It is supernatural mystery romance.
Romance, eh? Okay. There's my mouse.
The first chapter reads a little like horror a little bit, so.
Okay.
But not too horror. It's just, well, you're going to help me work on that.
All right. She's running, crumpled leaves and twigs prickling at her feet with every agonizing step, her heart pounding in her chest as she's struggling to catch a breath of the cool autumn air. Okay, let's start here. So, how is she running? Is she injured and she's like how? I don't know.
She's running. She's scared. So you'll read in a few minutes that she's having a dream. It's a flashback, but she doesn't really have a memory of the event. Only this one part of the event is all she can remember. So I know she's scared. And she's not injured yet.
Okay.
But she's scared, and she doesn't really know why. At this moment, she doesn't know why she's scared. She just knows that she's running, and she's terrified.
So would it be running or sprinting? Or just
so it's dark and in the woods, so I would want to say she would be running, but it's dark, so she doesn't want to hit a tree. You know what I mean?
Yeah, makes sense.
Kind of like dodging, kind of running.
Crumpled leaves and twigs prickling at her feet with every agonizing step. Is she barefoot?
She is.
They spell bear for bare feet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Spelling is my kryptonite.
Yeah. I think Google will tell us if it's the wrong one.
So, are they prickling? Are they stabbing? Are they scratching?
See, this is where I wondered if I was getting, like, because I didn't want to say that the leaves are prickling, but the sticks are more like poking. So I was trying to find a word that was like a combination between the two. Should I do that, or should I distinguish each one? The leaves are doing this and the sticks are doing the other. Or is there a combo word that works for both of them? Like, prickling doesn't seem severe enough for the sticks, but it seems maybe a bit much for the leaves. You know, those autumn leaves, how they, you know.
So maybe crumpled. I like alliteration. So maybe crumpled leaves crunching and sharp twigs. Wait, should I be editing or commenting? Do you have a copy of this somewhere?
Oh, no, you can go ahead and edit. I'm watching you. Yeah, I have another copy. Don't worry.
Crumpled leaves crunching and sharp twigs. I just did that. Oh my gosh. Okay,
I like
couple
that.
leaves crunching. And sharp twigs. So, do we want to like personify the twigs as like reaching out to get her to make it more creepy, or just have them be twigs?
Do you think it would work? So in a minute something's gonna grab her. So would that
Okay.
like heighten that, or would that deflect from that?
It might deflect. It might make you think that it's nature. I don't know. How fantasy is this dream? Like how abstract?
It it actually happens. It's something that
Mhm.
actually happened, but she almost has like a memory block. There's a reason why she has the memory block, but the memory block is like in her dreams, this one part just keeps seeping through. So it's not very clear. It's foggy in her mind. But there are certain times where she keeps having this dream, and this is one of the times where she's starting to have this dream again. So it's not super clear to her, but she knows it's something that actually happened.
Okay, so do we want to do
Maybe there's
something like let's see. I have the thesaurus.com up. Trying to think of another word for scraping, but I'm not seeing one I like.
we could probably use stabbing if
Yeah.
stabbing at her feet might work. I like darting. Billy suggested darting, but if we want to stick with the alliteration with the S on the S and the C on the C, I kind of like that too. So, but it more like the sharp and stabbing. It doesn't really go with twigs though. But I still think it does it. So it's crumpled leaves crunching, sharp twigs stabbing.
Mm-hmm. With every agonizing step. I love agonizing. It's such a fun word.
Yeah.
I kind of want to add another adjective to bare feet. And is bare feet one word or two? Two. Are they swollen? Are they just
This is gonna be fresh. They're
okay?
like the amount of time that she's running is probably only a minute.
Okay. Are they cold? Is it
Might be
cold
cold.
outside?
It is late autumn. Could be
Okay.
cold.
Okay. Awesome. Her heart pounding in her chest. I kind of want to make this not a fragment. Unless you just change this.
Maybe to struggles.
Yeah. Her heartbeat pounding in her chest as she struggles to catch a breath of the cool autumn air. Then, out of nowhere, she's lifted off the ground. Someone or something grabs her from behind. She's spun around, and in the darkness, all she can see is two bright eyes staring back at her. Do we know the color of the eyes?
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to give them away.
Okay.
Calm down. You want to go outside?
Are they staring back at her curiously or
Not curious.
menacingly?
Not nicely.
Okay.
Greedily. Like scarily.
Awesome.
In a way that terrifies her.
So are Are the eyes full of hunger, or are they just menacing? Or
I like hunger. Hunger and menacing are both good ones. That would work, but that would be foretelling.
Okay. So close she should be able to feel their breath, but she doesn't. The grip tightens on her as the eyes move rapidly closer to her face. This makes me think it's like a snake neck moving the whole head.
Yeah.
Pain against her neck transforms into a sensation like none she'd felt before. She closes her eyes. This is about to be a scream.
Thank you. Oh, goodness.
Okay. So I like to describe like a grip tightening. Is it like a vice or like bony fingers? Like how does this tight grip feel?
It feels like. So she's only about 16 when this happens. So it feels like grown hands. They're not bony.
Mm-hmm.
So a really firm grip that's like tightening, like squeezing.
Is
into
it bruising or just tight?
Yeah, we could go with bruising. Yeah, like it's not. It's like very greedy, very desperate.
So when I read this, I first thought like rapid eye movements back and forth, like you're dreaming.
Yeah,
But
and I
then
don't
closer
want
to
that.
her face.
Yeah, because I wanted to look like all she can see is the eyes. She can't see who or what it is. She just sees the bright eyes moving towards her, but then it's on her neck. So I don't know how to describe that very well. Like, how do you describe, like, what do I always think of like Alice in Wonderland, where when you could only see the eyes. That's all she can see. She can just see the eyes. She can't make out the face. Either she's blocked it out or it's that dark that she can't see it. Oh, and we got something from Jennifer Brown too that we can look at, so that'll be fun.
I was going to say the distance closing between them, but not between the eyes themselves, like between her.
Yeah.
Like, dang it.
How do you describe it, guys, if it's just the eyes moving? Like she can't see anything else, just the eyes getting closer to her.
Is it just like a head moving closer, or is it like
it's
a slithering neck?
Yeah, it is a vampire. So
the head's still attached.
Yeah, everything's attached.
I don't want to say in the blink of an eye, because that might be cliche. Like that, maybe? The bruising grip tightens on her as those eyes move closer to her face in an instant. Or is it not in an instant?
Does she really remember? It's pretty quick. I don't know if it's in an instant, though.
Okay, because I'm trying to pull
Isn't the
vampire
distance
speed.
closing? She said. Esther says, "Is the distance closing redundant?" Let's see. Let me read it again. But she doesn't. The bruising grip tightens on her as those eyes move closer to her face in an instant. I think we already changed that then. Wait.
Okay.
Let me read the bigger one. Because I'm like squinting trying to read the one on StreamYard. Let me read the bigger one because it's the same thing. Oh, that's why, because I can't see the comments. Duh. Okay, let me move the comments over here. That way I can see everything. Okay, so the bruising grip tightens on her as those eyes move closer to her face in an instant. Not in an instant, more like or is it? Would that work?
We can leave it right at this for now.
The bruising. What about would it work better if it said the bruising grip tightened on her as those eyes in an instant moved closer to her face? Like that?
Can you repeat that?
Okay. The bruising grip tightened on her as those eyes in an instant moved closer to her face.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Pain against her neck transforms into a sensation like none she'd felt before. She closes her eyes and tries to scream. So is it a stabbing pain, a blossoming pain?
Yeah, like stabbing, like stabbing in her neck.
Mm-hmm.
So at first it hurts, but then it feels like I don't really want to describe it yet.
Okay. So we don't want to say like a sharp stabbing pain. Or a dull pain. Stabbing pain.
Yeah. It'll be sharp. Yeah, I would say it's more sharp.
She closes her eyes and tries to scream. So do we want to say tries to scream, or like the scream dies in her throat, or
that one?
Okay.
Right. Scream.
Oh, a scream. Oh,
A
you want
scream.
plural?
Oh, screams dying. Oh, okay. I like.
Like that?
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Okay.
Oh, I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes, Esther. You got some good suggestions too. Does she feel lightheaded from the grip?
From the grip. Maybe that can color how she interprets how quickly he moves towards her.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Do we want to add that?
Let's see how it looks.
Okay. Someone's trying to call me. Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Oh.
You go ahead, Laura. That way we're not two of us trying to do it at the same time.
Okay. Lightheaded from the grip. Okay.
Oh, I missed one from JC. The bruising grip tightens on her as both eyes follow her. Its head moving closer to her face. I'm going to save some of this because she has this dream again. So, guys, I'm saving these ideas because this is a recurring dream. So I like these. You guys are awesome. So now I think we should say moving closer to her face. Wait, let me make sure. The bruising grip tightens on her as both eyes follow her, moving closer to her face. Yeah.
You say her so many times.
Oh, yeah. Now I hear it. The bruising grip tightens as both... Okay, get rid of that first on her. The bruising grip tightens as both eyes follow her, moving closer to her face. So now we only have it twice.
Can't I even spell moving? Oh my gosh.
So did you see me? Did you see how I spelled scream?
It made this an erotica, that's for sure.
I know. I'm like, wait, what's happening here?
Okay. Like nothing she felt before. I don't know. It works.
Mm-hmm.
We can leave it.
Hey, Coffee Create Connect.
Hey! And just
Yeah,
like that.
Yes,
Cassie
watch
is
the replay because that way you can get some good ideas.
And just like that, Cassie is awakened by the same nightmare that has plagued her since she was 16 years old. The only memory she has of the night her friends died, and somehow only she survived. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
So I feel like we can work with this part.
Okay.
So, and just like that, Cassie is awakened. I don't like, and just like that. It's like saying suddenly. It's
yeah,
like,
it's one of the. It also sounds cliche, but I couldn't think of anything, at the moment.
So maybe something like Cassie awakens.
Maybe awakens mid scream. Because I want it to be like that's the moment where she's waking up, like she's trying to scream and she wakes up. And I'm also thinking maybe she's like gasping or grabbing at her neck or something like that, or her chest, like she's surprised she can breathe, or something like that, or maybe her neck because of the sensation, she can almost feel it.
Uh-huh. Oh, screams. Ripping through. Or echoing through her. Is she in like a modern day bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay. So her screams could be reverberating through her room. Sweat damp sheets. Leading to her neck. Rubens. She rubs the phantom pains. Is it on the right side of her throat? Left side?
I think it's on the left side. Oh, and Tiffany, I don't know if I want to say what kind of sensation because I don't think she knows. Just that it's different. So I don't know what makes it different. I need to think about that. Let me make another note.
So maybe something like Cassie awakens, screams reverberating through her room, sweat damp sheets clinging to her. She rubs the phantom pains on the left side of her neck, trying to calm the tremors.
I like that a lot. And then maybe we could say this, it's the same nightmare.
So she has the same reaction to the nightmare every time, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Same one. She wakes up like that kind of, or screaming, just grabbing her throat, scared.
So maybe the same nightmare plaguing her, ruining her sleep ever since she was 16 years old. I don't know if I like ruining her sleep.
Invading maybe, or yeah.
Okay. The same nightmare plaguing her, invading her dreams ever since she was 16 years old. The only memory she has of the night her friends died, and somehow only she survived. Scene break. Awesome. So let me see if there's anything else in the comments. Oh gosh, any like falling asleep before 4 a.m.? I hope so. And that's a great point. What kindness is a good one, a horrible one? I love when people differentiate. So it's like, how is the character seeing it?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to think on that one, because this is something that happened to her at the age of 16. So I don't know that she would have known then. So I don't think she's associated with anything in particular.
Besides
Just that,
fear.
yeah. Besides fear.
So Jennifer Brown has actually sent something. So we have another one for after this.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you, Jennifer. Okay. Packing over my bag and get to the airport was all Cassie woke up to at 7 a.m. from Sheriff Bolton, aka her stepdad. Agent Hunter called and so I thought this was. Oh, it is a call. Okay, so this is on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How does she feel about her stepdad?
She likes him. He's great. She calls him dad. So.
Okay. So how would she describe him? Her wonderful stepdad? Her caring?
Yeah, he's caring.
Okay. Just so we know, it's not the Snow White.
Yeah. We bad step parents. Yeah.
Yeah. Agent Hunter called and I'm not going back to the FBI, Dad. There's not enough freedom to do what I need to do. Bring you on as a private consultant. This isn't a trick to get you to join. There's been an incident down in North Carolina. Do we want to describe what his voice sounds like?
It's kind of gruff,
Okay.
serious. It's like he has a serious voice, but you can tell he's more easygoing with people. You know what I mean? Like if she were like, he's a sheriff, so he's pretty authoritative, but he can tone it down when he's not being a boss. But he's got kind of a gruff voice.
I'm not really serious. Oh, okay. His gruff voice takes on an even more serious tone. Something like that, maybe?
Yeah.
An incident, Casey asked. Like mine or like Seth's? Let's see. So, how does she react to this? How is she feeling?
All right. So this perks her interest.
Okay. I just like to raise one eyebrow. I don't know.
I know.
So, do we want to have like a body reaction, or do we want to have more like a?
Since she's just waking up, we can have it that this. She sits up, like it's grabbing her attention.
Right.
Where when she thinks it's just an FBI agent trying to like get her back on board, she's like, But then when she hears that it's an incident, like what they're looking for, she's like, oh, wait a minute. So this makes her perk up. And this, like, she's paying attention now.
So maybe an incident? Carrie asked, sitting up, sheets falling around her. Like mine or like Seth's? Are they sweaty sheets from the nightmare, or just sheets they dried out?
Oh, yeah, you could say sheets still damp from the nightmare.
Awesome. I don't know yet. The scene was discovered less than 2 hours ago. The local law will be all over it. Hunter really called for me? Cassie was a bit surprised. He had been livid when she left training before graduating. Do we want to hint that, like, but it had been necessary, or, like, why did she leave early? Do we want to hint at that?
I think I explain it a little bit more later, because it's one of those, like, world-building things that I was trying to, like, spread it out and not, like, info dump it.
True.
So I tried to put, there is more of that why, a little bit later in the chapter.
Okay. Yes, and he's pulling favors to get you in on this, which means it could be the break we're looking for. Her stepdad already...
Sorry. Guys, I was rolling it while she's trying to work on it.
Let's see, a bit.
Okay, a bit. Okay. All right. Trusting the editors on this.
Where was a bit?
Cassie was a bit surprised. Hunter really called for me.
So do we want to say Cassie was surprised, or try and do the whole, like, does she like this dude? What's his name?
She
Seth?
likes him. She likes him a lot. Like
Okay.
you will find out later, he was pushing hard for her for a specific reason.
But is it platonic or romantic?
Not romantic. That's not the romantic one. He's older.
Okay.
He's looking for his husband the way that she's looking for her brother.
Okay.
So.
It's maybe like Cassie was surprised, heartwarming. Like, I don't know. Because it's a nice surprise.
Yeah, but it's still work, so I don't know if I want to say heartwarming.
Okay.
Like she's fond of him, but she doesn't know him like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like they're not like besties. Like he just is someone who was recruiting, like pushing hard for her to recruit. So they have and he was her trainer. So, at times he was hard on her, but with a respect and appreciation, like he knows what she's capable of, kind of thing. So like pushing for her to do well.
Awesome.
Like a teacher.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of Criminal Minds first season. Can
you tell I love Criminal Minds?
I love it so much. Okay. Her stepdad already had her plane ticket bought and ready. So I don't like already and ready.
Okay. So yeah, we can just say her stepdad had her plane ticket bought already. Either one. Or just her stepdad had her plane ticket bought and ready, or already had her plane ticket bought. Which one do you guys think sounds better?
Or does she have the plane ticket bought and emailed to her? Or handed to her?
And that's what I was getting at by ready. Like she just had to go to the airport. She didn't have to do anything.
Oh my gosh, emailed. Okay, her stepdad already had her plane ticket bought and emailed to her. She didn't even go by the hotel room when she arrived at the airport in Raleigh. She grabbed the rental car and headed straight for the park. Wait.
And I know I have out and out twice in this sentence. And the next sentence coming up. It's like you see it all afterwards. I'm like, oh no, that's so
always, especially when it's live. It's like, oh no!
It's like I would not normally put that together in a sentence, but here it is for all the world to see.
Okay, so here's where I'm confused.
Okay.
So she's still home, and then her dad emails her ticket, and then she's already in Raleigh?
Yeah, I think I need to break that up. Because I'm told not to go through the whole thing. She goes to the airport. Like, we don't need that. So I didn't want to put all that. But I want to just say that her ticket was ready. And now she like, all of that's like, I feel like that should be assumed. But I need to break it so that it doesn't seem like it's all running together.
So if she's going to North Carolina, is it a long flight or a short flight?
No, very short. Very short.
Okay. That already had her plane ticket bought and emailed to her. The flight was short and uneventful. She didn't even go by the hotel room when she arrived at the airport in Raleigh. She grabbed the rental car and headed straight for the park. Okay. It adds more of a transition, so now we know she's over there.
Yeah. It's just the hotel's not that she's staying at, it's not in Raleigh. So I need to reverse that order. After she arrived at the airport in Raleigh, she didn't even, because the hotel is actually
on her side,
closer to where the park is. The park is a little drive in the boonies, is what we call like she's going from Raleigh, which is the city, it's RDU. She's going to the boonies, a park out in the sticks, we call it also. So it's like a small hotel in the boonies where she's going to be staying at. So after leaving, so like maybe after leaving the airport in Raleigh, she didn't even go by the hotel. I just want the order to be clear so people don't think, wait, was the hotel in Raleigh? When we go later, when other things happen.
Wait, but then she grabbed the rental car. Okay, so she grabbed the rental car from the airport.
She grabbed the rental car. Oh, yeah. She got the rental car from the airport. So we need to move that even further. She grabbed the rental car from, okay. After leaving the airport. She grabbed the rental car and then left the airport in Raleigh. Sorry, guys. My brain will turn on in a minute. Nope. I still got to fix the order. So at the airport in Raleigh, she grabbed the rental car. At the airport in Raleigh, she grabbed the rental car. All right, we're gonna have the bypassing the hotel and headed straight for the park. She hoped the GPS would hold out and not lose signal. Okay, that'll work.
Read it again. She what?
Yeah, we might need to bypassing. Might need to go with the next paragraph though.
Okay. So
that way, what happens at the airport? This is her getting to where she needs to be, and then.
Oh, okay. Like this.
Yeah. Bypassing the hotel room, heading straight for the park. She hoped the GPS would. Yeah. Okay.
Bypassing the hotel room, heading straight for the. She headed straight for the park, hoping the GPS would hold out and not lose signal out here in the sticks of North Carolina. So hold out and not lose signal to me are pretty similar. So I would just do would not lose signal.
All right.
And unless it's like exposed wires and old GPS.
No, it's more like there's no signal in a lot of places when you're driving. So she doesn't want to lose signal and get lost.
Okay. Awesome. The drive was painfully long. Her palms were sweating, and she had this weird nervous feeling in the pit of her stomach. This always happened to her when she was going to see one of these scenes. Not that she'd seen a lot, but there had been one during FBI training, and two she'd seen as a PI. She almost joined the FBI right after instead of going to grad school. Okay,
yeah, is that clunky? I feel like that's clunky. Because I want to show that she does have the training so that they would call her and it wouldn't be like so odd, like why are they just calling this random person?
Yeah.
So I need to fit in that she does have training, but she's not an FBI agent.
Does she hope to see more? So should I add a yet? Or
yes, she hopes to see more, but not because they're gruesome crime scenes, but because
for a job.
Yeah, because she's looking. She wants answers. She's looking for one. She's looking for her brother. Two, she wants answers to what happened to her.
So the one that during FBI training, it was like a real crime scene and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that okay? There had been a grisly one during FBI training, and two
I
she's
like
seen
that.
as a PI.
I like that.
Okay. She almost joined the FBI right after instead of going to grad school. She was a professional now, so one would think that she'd be used to this. But cases like this hit too close to home. It wasn't even 7 years ago when she was attacked. Well, she was bitten. Her friends, on the other hand, were slaughtered. To this day, she can't believe she survived and they didn't. Seth's situation was similar but different. His friends had actually been eaten and he disappeared. So, we've heard of Seth twice now,
Mm-hmm.
and I still don't know his relation to her.
Okay, so I haven't mentioned that it's her stepbrother yet, because I know I
Okay.
mentioned it coming up. So I have mentioned it already? Who Seth is?
I don't think so. It was just hit her or Seth's situation like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like mine or like Seth's. So I think uh her stepbrother Seth's situation was similar but different. So when you say his friends had actually been eaten, how did they know? Were there remains strewn across the forest floor?
Yeah. So
Okay.
as we go through the crime scene, they're looking for a specific thing. Her crime scene is different. Her crime scene is actually like the one that they actually are about to go through.
Okay.
But the one that Seth was at, like they were like animal, like actual, and you could tell it was an animal attack. The one that
Uh-huh.
she was at was a little odder because obviously with a vampire attack, there was a lot less blood and less flesh eaten. Sorry for the gruesomeness, those in the. So it's the amount of flesh and blood at the scene that makes the difference.
Was it in a forest or for
Yeah, they're at
Seth's?
camp. They're at campsites. Like so, it's when I say park, it's like a one of those campsite type forest parks.
Okay. So as she pulled up to the crime scene, she was met by bewildered and grossed out small town officers. Is it a taped off crime scene?
Yeah.
Oh, duh. Next sentence. Okay. Yellow crime scene tape surrounded a massive area of the field and the woods next to it. They were trampling everywhere, and she just hoped the guys wouldn't contaminate evidence. She crossed the tape onto the crime scene. Should be into?
Yeah, we could say it too. That makes sense.
Flashing her brand new badge at the officers as they glanced her way. So, FBI badge or PI? What kind of badge?
Oh yeah, she has a PI badge.
Okay. They didn't get her into the FBI.
Yeah.
Okay. As they glanced her way, the nervous feeling turned quickly into a sinking feeling in her gut. Her stomach turned a bit when she saw the first body. Turned quickly into this.
Too many turned.
We could do morphs or evolves or
Yeah, I like morphed. I don't know. Eva, is morphed good?
I think plummeting is stronger than sinking.
Oh, yeah, we notice her got stomach emotions a lot. Oh, you good, sweat. I don't want to show her sweating because I want it to look like she's trying to keep her cool.
Does
So
her
all of
vision
this,
do anything?
yeah. Is there something that she can do that's not like I don't want her to perspire and I don't want her to like shake. I want her to be looking confident to all of these a lot of men. And there's probably some women officers too, but like the people above her are definitely guys. So I don't want her to look like she's nervous. Like she can mask what she's feeling. Oh, yeah, we could give her a nervous habit.
So, is there blood around or no?
No, not very much.
Okay. Her mouth dried, tasting of gall when she saw the first body. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Gall or bile?
I like the clenching teeth one. So that'll be like a tell that we know. And I'll write that down since I need to make a note of it for later. So if we say somewhere that she clenches her teeth, that'll be a tell for us that nobody else will notice.
She clenched her teeth, dried mouth tasting of gall when she saw the first body. Okay. So we do have Jennifer Brown's document as well.
Let's do Jennifer's. This was good. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was a lot. I didn't know if we'd have anybody else, so I was like, let me do as I was gonna do just one page, but I was like, let me just in case. But since we got somebody, that is awesome. Do you want? Oh, thank you, Eva. Do you want me to stick around?
Yes, please.
Cool. I will do that then. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Eva.
Oh, it's just a first paragraph.
Okay.
Okay. Documents.
Thanks, Esther. And thank you so much, Laura. That looks so much better. Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Eva, too, and everybody.
Yes, thank you, everybody.
Esther is awesome.
Yes.
Okay. Let me share this one. Pro tab. Okay.
All right.
So this
I'm gonna switch to YouTube so I can see it better.
Okay. So this is a first paragraph. The room was cold, tomb-like. She shouldn't be here. Where the tables feels like 1,000 tiny fingers prodding into her frail body and penetrating into the living being inside her belly. A masked intruder walks through the door and lays alien instruments down on the tray with a clink. The intruder pulls up a stool at the foot of the table with a long, dull scrape. Good morning, Miss Jimenez Duarte. I can't pronounce things. His voice pinged in my ear. Are you ready to get started?
Ooh.
Dun dun
Dun,
dun.
dun.
I love tomb-like. Okay. Okay. So when I think of tomb-like, I think of cold and damp. If it's like a catacombs under a church, or is it like a mausoleum where it's parchmenty dry? Like, I want to know what the atmosphere feels like. She shouldn't be here where the table feels. Shouldn't be felt. Was and shouldn't so felt. Like 1,000 tiny fingers prodding into her frail body, penetrating into the living being inside her belly. So does the table have spikes that can actually like go through her into her womb? Or like, I'm confused but intrigued.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that prodding, is it like stabbing kind of prodding? Or just pushing?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's penetrating, so...
Jennifer's here, yay! Felt works better. No, it's a sensation. She's extremely scared and nervous.
Okay, so it's not actually... Okay, gotcha.
So I'm assuming it's a sterile room if an alien is there with instruments. So cold and sterile. But a tomb isn't sterile. I like tomb-like.
I like tomb-like a lot, too. Like, darn it, why didn't I? Find a place that screams tomb-like in.
So I'm trying to picture this room. Can you describe the room, Jennifer? Like, is it on a metal alien spaceship? Are we underground in a catacombs? Are we in her normal bedroom? Where are we? Let's see. She shouldn't be here in this place, on this table. The smooth steel sending shivers through her frail body.
I like that.
I like it a lot.
I like that.
The smooth steel sending shivers. So I like the word penetrating, but I don't think that's accurate here.
Because I think she's saying it just feels like it's penetrating.
Uh-huh.
but it's not actually penetrating. Or is it? Okay. I need a little bit more clarity because the first time I read it, I thought that the things were actually sticking through her. But
Yeah.
then I think Jennifer said it was just a sensation.
Just
So
pressure.
penetrating into the living being inside her. Like, does it feel like it's trying to penetrate into the living being, or because if it's just a sensation, then it feels like that's what's happening, but that's not what's happening. Or at this point, is it actually happening? Like the steel bed maybe was just a sensation, but something else is actually trying to press through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't mind penetrating with the shivers. With prodding, it felt like the actual penetration into the body. That was Eva's comment. Maybe remove the alien word to avoid confusion because that makes it feel like sci-fi mystery.
Oh, it's not?
Okay. And Jennifer says
Oh, there it is.
it's just trying to penetrate. Gotcha.
Okay. So are we in a doctor's office? So if we're actually in... So here's what I would do if we're actually in, like, a doctor's office. The room would be cold and sterile. Oh, gosh. Sterile? Sterile.
Sterile. So when I think of tomb-like, I'm thinking that she feels confined. Like she's surrounded and just feels like she's very confined.
I don't know if that works. The room was cold and sterile, like a lemon-scented crypt.
Yeah, if it's a doctor's office, the lemon scented. Interesting.
Let me scroll down.
Yeah, so if it's not like a doctor's office, if it's more like a cave or something, then it might be more of a dank smell versus that super clean smell. So let us know. Family planning. Okay, so yeah, I'm thinking doctor's office.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. So it probably would be sterile.
Sterile. Lemon said it works.
The character is also physically disabled. Okay. Should I use crypt or tomb? Mausoleum? Because with the intruder, I don't think doctor. I think Iron Man. We're in a hostage situation. Like, oh no.
Okay, I'm thinking, is it because she's disabled and is she in the situation where someone's forcing her to do something that she doesn't want to have happen or that she doesn't understand what's why it's called intruder. So is there a better word for that then?
I'm assuming the doctor's a man. I know that's terrible, but I'm assuming.
Stranger might be good. Would stranger work, Jennifer?
Okay. Tall masked stranger. Enters. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Door and lay strange metal instruments down on a tray with a clink.
So we could say unwanted stranger to make it more because intruder is kind of like someone's breaking in is what I the feeling I get with intruder.
Mm-hmm. So he pulls up a tool, scraping it across the floor. The foot of the table with a long tool scrape. Okay. I should read the whole thing first again. Is she strapped on it or just laying on it? Go back to the tube. Let's see. Okay. Eva says complicated medical tools.
Mm-hmm.
I just said metal instruments. Like, are there needles? Are there things like tweezers? Like anything she would be able to extrapolate? Here's the clink. Then his voice pinked again. Clink and scrape and ping. Make a sight, sound, or touch instead.
Mm-hmm.
It's like painful touch. Just laying on it. Okay.
Okay.
Might be a good idea to know her disability to make sure what's being described is true to her lived experience.
Mm-hmm.
Someone with a mask look like face mask for germs or hide identity mask.
Ooh, yeah.
Stranger and strange are in the same sentence. Okay.
Mm,
Night,
okay.
Nick.
Night, Nick.
Okay. Strange and stranger.
Mm. You could say the bizarre metal instruments. Wicked.
Well, she's scared of them.
Yeah. Okay. Wicked looking.
evil looking.
Horrifying. Terrifying, maybe.
Overhead lights went off. Sharp edges of shadows.
Ooh.
With scent of pain. Like, are they? Is it just like a stethoscope, or I don't know.
Like clamps or something.
Uh-huh.
A prod of some sort. Oh yeah, wink at her. They wink at her, not wink at me.
Ah, no!
Okay.
Esther. Clamps, needles, such. Ugh. Needles! Not needles! Oh, yeah. Does she have an IV?
Mm-hmm.
And I do like the idea of the posters on the walls. Usually there are some of like anatomy posters or stuff. I'm assuming she can read, so is she reading the signs on the walls and things? Even though she may not have studied anatomy, she can read them. Um, Posters showing flayed insides of humans around the walls. I don't know. Should I say flayed insides of humans for anatomy posters?
I mean, it is. How gruesome do you want it, Jennifer?
House, yeah. She does have an IV. Okay. So it should be pulling on the skin. A poster can give opportunity to give your reader some insight into the character's mind, what she thinks of the poster. Also, just her waiting with that to see, but also give the reader some indication of where she may be and who may be walking the room. She can read, and unfortunately, she is reading the signs on the walls. Oh no! If it's family planning, you'll probably see a lot of female health posters and some anti-essay posters. Okay, so maybe not anatomy then. Well, some anatomy. I don't know. Not that gruesome. Okay, I'm writing mystery, suspense, not horror, but okay. The flayed insides of humans is out. Looming poster showing the labeled organs of women line the walls. A tall, wanted stranger enters. Oh yeah, the IV.
Mm-hmm.
She knows what an IV is, right? Or does she? Because if she knows what an IV is, you can label it an IV pulls on her skin with the tape. Do not play my characters, dear. Anyway, you get to play other people later down the road. Oh, yay! Okay. And I wasn't playing your characters. I was playing the people in the pictures on the poster for their organs. I keep wanting to do first person. Okay. So the room was cold and sterile, like a lemon-scented crypt. She shouldn't be here, in this room. On the table, the smooth steel sending shivers through her frail body, putting pressure on the living being growing inside her belly. A taped needle in the back of her hand pulled at her skin. Moving posters showing the labeled organs of women lined the walls. A tall and wanted stranger entered through the door and laid evil-looking metal instruments down on the tray with a clink. Overhead light. Is it glint or glinted? Up the sharp edges of the tools. They winked at her with promises of pain. Is this present tense or past tense? Because the room was cold, but everything else seems to be present tense.
Okay, yeah, because it's like the room was cold, but she shouldn't be here.
Pulled up a stool, screaming across the floor to the foot of the bed, and laid on. Good morning, Miss Jimenez Dorothy. He said, with the light blue mask covering the lower half of his face. Are you ready to get started?
Okay. Yeah, so I think we should go back in the room.
It's present.
Yeah, the room is, that's okay. The room is cold and sterile, like a lemon-scented crypt. She shouldn't be here in this room, on this table. The smooth steel sending shivers through her frail body, putting pressure on the living being growing inside her belly. A taped needle in the back of her hand pulls at her skin. Looming posters, so that pulled needs to be pulls.
Mm-hmm. I did.
Looming posters showing the labeled organs of women line the walls. A tall, unwanted stranger enters the door and lays evil looking instead of laid evil looking. Overhead lights glint. So the overhead lights glint off the sharp edges of the tools. They wink at her with a promise of pain. He pulls up a stool.
Gripping it across the floor to the foot of the table, having laid on.
And then he says, good morning, Miss Jimenez Duarte. He says, through the light blue mask covering the lower half of his face. Yeah.
Yay!
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 Looks
Did I not do
good.
it? She's laying on.
Laying on. Latest. Should late be? Is late supposed to? And oh, the one at the bottom, the foot of the table. Wait. He pulls up the stool, scraping it across the floor to the foot of the table I'm laying on. Or no, she's laying on. It should be she's laying on also.
Dang it!
That's okay. So change the I'm on YouTube looking at it from YouTube, so it might be a little behind if you already got that one.
Yeah, it did.
Okay. Eva says she sees a she's. Oh, is that the one we already changed? The I'm to she's. Okay. You got any more? All right. I'm going to read it out loud again. And everybody, if you hear anything that sounds off, let me know. Or let Laura know.
Yes.
The room is cold and sterile, like a lemon-scented crypt. She shouldn't be here, in this room, on this table, the smooth steel sending shivers through her frail body, putting pressure on the living being growing inside her belly. A tape needle in the back of her hand pulls dully at the skin. Looming posters showing the labeled organs of women line the walls. A tall, unwanted stranger enters through the door and lays evil-looking metal instruments down on the tray with a clink. The overhead lights glint off the sharp edges of the tools. They wink at her with promise of pain. He pulls up a stool, scraping it across the floor to the foot of the table where she's laying on. To the foot of the table she's laying on. Good morning, Miss Jimenez Duarte, he says through the light blue mask covering the lower half of his face. Are you ready to get started?
Yay!
Yay!
Let's see.
I like it.
The smooth steel sounds. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome sauce. Oh,
That
that's how you
looks
spell
good.
Jennifer.
Right?
Okay. I will share this back to you, Jennifer, so you can have it. Oh!
Wow. You're welcome. Laura, you're so good at this. And honestly, everybody in the chat, you guys are great.
Yes.
Yes.
And thank you, Eva.
Yes. Thank you, Eva.
And thank you, Nia, for putting your stuff up here and working with me. So I'm not alone.
No, not at all. I enjoyed it. I feel like this is helping me get back into the writing routine. I'm feeling good about this. Laura, you're awesome. Thank you for doing this. And if you want to do another one, let me know. I would be more than happy to go do the writing sprint a little bit early so that we can have some workshopping time. Anytime, just let me know.
Thanks. And
All
thank
right,
you, Jennifer, for trusting us to
yes,
work on it.
play with your precious work.
No playing.
Yes. Absolutely. Thank you, Jennifer.
Okay. Well,
Thank you, Laura.
thank you all for coming. Would you like to do a wonderful outro?
Sure. I'm Nia, the Vixen of Fiction. You can catch me on YouTube. I host Scripting the Book. We're doing Good Omens in a couple of weeks. So if you guys have read it and watched it and want to join us for that, and if you want to be on screen with us and talk about it, we'd love to have you. And I host Author Triggers React, which we're doing later in the month also. So I can't wait to get back to that. And I host writing streams on Tuesday nights, usually at 7. But when Laura's going, I'll go a little bit earlier. Just let me know. These are so much fun. You guys, And thank you, Laura, for having me, and thank you, Laura, for helping me so much with my piece.
Thanks for being here. And yes, Jennifer, absolutely, you can be on screen. So probably October 4th, the first Tuesday of October.
That will work for me. We'll schedule it
Awesome.
in. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. So I'm Laura Nettles. I have stuff. Yes. So I mostly write horror. I believe I have 21 pieces. I recounted, and I think I have 21 pieces that are accepted now. So mostly adult. I'm querying a middle grade horror. I have a full manuscript request out right now, so all the fingers crossed.
Yes.
I have a podcast called Twisted Tendrils Horrific Writing Advice. And the last 2 episodes were interviews. So Alexa Dunn was an interview about imposter syndrome, and Lizelle Sambury was about Canadian horror. And we also got into some Easter eggs for the Bloodlight series. Different locations in Toronto that appear in her book. So it's like, oh, I've been there. Yay! So
That's always fun.
yeah. And we talked about her upcoming Delicious Monsters a little bit. So that was really fun. She's amazing. She just had a video come out about her 3rd and 4th book deals. Like, mind blown.
Wow. That's exciting.
So go watch that if you haven't. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming. I should end broadcast, not leave studio.
Thank you.
Yeah. And this one. Bye.